Good morning, 4:13. Tracking my time here. I'm getting ready to begin a new soap project. This will be my first attempt at cold process for the facial bar recipe, the turmeric facial bar recipe, and this is my recipe here from Soap Calc. Shows the water and lye ratios. These are all my oils. And this is how the bar is going to turn out. And these are my additives. Except I forgot to add the fact that this is goat's milk. So there is 200 milliliters, just over 200 milliliters of goat's milk and just over 200 milliliters of ice, equal amounts of distilled water. And I'm getting ready to pour the lye, but before I do that, I want to go over my ingredients. This is the lye, sodium hydroxide. This is the rose kaolin clay that I'm using about a tablespoon of, colloidal oats as well, a tablespoon of, and the turmeric powder. I only had about a teaspoon and a half left. I need to purchase some more. And this is the Flax Seed Gel. Flax seeds I ground and added some distilled water and gelled it. I'll be adding Amaranth Oil, Turmeric Oil, and a tad bit of vitamin E. And this recipe calls for some palm oil, cocoa butter, avocado oil, coconut oil, olive oil, and black seed cumin oil. So these are my ingredients. I haven't measured the oils yet. I'm going to measure them into this bowl. And this should be enough to fill this mold. And I got this one out just in case there's any leftovers. I think there might be leftovers because the mold is good for so right here on where is it? Right here, this is the amount in grams for the oil weight, all of the oils combined. And this mold is 44 ounces. So I think it's gonna have, I can't remember what the conversion is for 44 ounces to grams to ounces, but it's less than 1,300. It's like, I want to say 1,100 or 1,200 something. I can't remember. 1,250 maybe. Anyway, so there might be a little left over for, well, there absolutely will be a little left over to fill maybe one or two of those extra molds, because this is just the oil weight. That's not including the water weight and the additives. So, I mean, the additives are very small amount, but it also doesn't include that weight. So there will be enough to fill a couple of those molds. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and get the water and lye goat's milk mixture going so that it can cool down, and then I'll begin to weigh out the oils. I've got the I'm gonna do the double boiler method, so the pan is hot and ready to go. So I gotta get started, and I'll let you watch as we go. So turn on the scale. It's zeroed out to grams, and the amount of grams that we need is 185.49. 185.49. Now, I don't have goggles because I thought the goggles that I had lenses, but they don't because they actually connect to my glasses. I'm wearing contacts right now, so I'm just gonna be super careful. And again, 185.49. Getting close. It's at 185, so we're gonna stop there because it's not giving me the points. It's just doing whole numbers. Okay, and that's how much is in there. So just gonna move that out of the way. This is the goat's milk distilled water ice cubes, and let me get my spatula. Here we go. And we're gonna start to pour a little bit at a time. The stuff melts fast. Okay, that's pretty much mixed well enough. It'll continue to heat up, but we're gonna move on, and I'll stir it occasionally. So we're gonna go ahead and start weighing out our oils. Okay, it's on grams. And we're going to start with the coconut oil. We're going to start with the hard oils and butters. So coconut oil, palm oil, and the cocoa butter. And we'll put those on the double boiler. So 30% of this recipe is coconut oil. We're going to use 390 grams. we're gonna move on to the palm oil, which is 10% of this recipe. 132. Let's take this much off. 130. Boom. And the next hard oil in this recipe is cocoa butter. This one's gonna be pretty easy to measure because they are in these little discs. So tear the scale. And cocoa butter is 5%, so 65 grams. There we go. Okay, so now I can put this on the double boiler. Alright, so the hard oils have melted and now they're cooling. And I'm going to go ahead and take this moment to prep the essential oils that I'm using for scent. I'm gonna try cedarwood as what is it? It's the scent that lasts the longest, but I think it helps. It's gonna help these two, the orange and bergamot, to stay longer as well, I think, from what I understand. Anyway, so the scent essentially is orange bergamot with a little bit of cedarwood to hold it down, I guess. Okay, so the liquid oils in grams. We're gonna add the olive oil, which is 390 grams. This was an expensive olive oil also. Like 50 bucks. 390 grams. Here we go. Okay, and the next one is the avocado oil. Tear the scale. Bring out the avocado oil. This one will be 260 grams. And the last one is a very small amount. It's only 5%, so 65 grams. Of the cumin oil. Boom, done. Okay, so that's it. That's it for the oils. I don't think I need to scale anymore. Alright, so this is going to be quite full when I go to mix it. Maybe I should use a separate mixing bowl that might be larger. That's going to be a good idea. I'll go get that. Okay, I'm back with a new mixing bowl that I got for $4.99. It was actually a set. There's like, I think 5 different sizes, and this is the biggest one. Just gonna take this sticker off because when I have to wash it, I don't want it to stick. Perk. Okay, so I'm just pouring the oils into this bowl so I'll have more mixing space when I use the immersion blender to mix in the lye. Okie dokie. So my oils have cooled. Temperature 76.4 on the oils, and the lye 75.9. So it's time to get them mixed and poured into the molds. There we go. This is safer. Here we go. This is the lye goat's milk water. Okay. Okay, here we go. Okay. Okay. Let's see. I'm not going to do any fancy top. I want it to be flat. I just want it to be flat because I have a stamp that I bought from Etsy specifically for this turmeric facial bar. So it needs to be, I guess the sides are flat. The sides that I'll probably end up using to stamp the sides, those are going to be flat, but I just want the top to be flat. It doesn't have to be super fancy, and I'm just like tapping it, trying to get some of these bubbles out. It's very bubbly. I need to get the alcohol to spray the top. So this is the top. It's fairly flat. It's flat enough. That's fine. And this is what I have left in the bowl. So I think I might be able to fill most of this, if not all of this mold. Let's see what we get. Good enough. Good enough. Let me get a paper towel. For the other mold. I'm going to stick these in the oven where there's no breeze. Pretty flat, but I brought these things from work. These pieces of cardboard to cover the top. These were just the cardboard from the labeled paper. I forgot to timestamp when I finished the soap making project. 6:15 a.m. So it took me about 3 hours, although I've already cleaned and put everything back on the counter, and I'm starting a new project. I'm gonna melt some distilled water in these ice cube trays, and get ready for the next time I want to make some soap. Good morning. It's Thursday morning. Just got home from work. And I just couldn't wait to check on my soaps. They smell really, really good. But I don't know if you can see. This one here looks like it still might be a little soft. I haven't touched them or anything. But there's definitely a difference from these ones, maybe this one too. This one and this one look like they're still, maybe they were going through a gel phase or something and didn't quite make it all the way through. This one looks like that too. Portions of it look like it's still kind of raw, and it looks like it might have even cracked a little bit right here. It's just going in for a sniff. It smells citrusy and it smells really, really good. To be honest, I can't really smell much turmeric, so that's not a bad thing. I don't mind the turmeric scent, but I would much prefer the orange bergamot scent that I scented this with. Well, it doesn't feel soft. I'm feeling this one here. It's not soft. It looks, I think I can unmold these. I'm gonna try to unmold these. Let me set you down here so you can watch. I'm going to let the loaf pan sit in that for another day, and tomorrow I will come back and unmold the loaf pan, just because these ones were still pretty soft on the bottom, and the loaf pan obviously is much larger, so I can only assume that this one is also pretty soft on the bottom. So I'm gonna let that one sit for another day, and we'll come back and check on this one tomorrow morning after work. Good morning, back again, day 3, and I'm going to unmold this loaf. I think 48 hours is good enough. So let's see how I did. A little bit tacky on the inside, but I guess that's to be expected since it wasn't exposed to the air. So we'll go ahead and peel off one side. Oops. Yeah, it's kind of soft. It is pretty soft, actually. Whew. I need to let this sit probably for a day, because it's very soft. If you can see the edges, they have become a little wonky from me pulling it out of that mold. I think it's probably because of the additives, maybe the vitamin E, which is a pretty thick oil, and maybe also it might have something to do with the Flax Seed Gel that I put in. I don't know. I haven't made a soap recipe without either of those ingredients before. So I'm going to go ahead and put this upside down, topside down on this drying rack, cookie sheet, drying rack, whatever. And let it dry for another day. We'll give it another day. Let this dry, and then by the time I come home in the morning tomorrow, it should be good to go. I should be able to cut them into bars. Good morning again. So here we are. What is this, day 4? It's Saturday morning. December 2, or did we go to December 3 already? I can't remember. Just grabbing some gloves. Alright, so we are going to cut this slab of soap and get them all curing. Let's see. Let's get this out of the way. So it's no longer tacky. The outside has dried. It looks pretty shiny, but it's fine. It's still kind of soft, but it's not so soft that it'll deform unless you press pretty hard on it. So it's okay. Let's get this cut. Let's see what I've created. Maybe I'll cut it on its side. And should I move it to the side? Okay. Slice number 1. It's like butter. Pretty smooth. Okay. Okay. Here is slice number 1. So let's see. This is the edge. Probably should have sliced that off, but it's natural. It's fine. I like the natural looks. I don't know. I mean, it still has its scent, but it's morphing, I think. It just smells really fresh. Not a bad thing.
Not a bad thing at all. Okay, slice number 2.
super proud of my little project. Yeah, the scent is definitely morphing. I can't really describe it. I mean, it's still citrusy. It's very fresh, but it's kind of also, I guess I would describe it as citrusy and woodsy vibes. And that's probably because of this cedarwood essential oil that I used. So, anyway, I'm just standing here admiring my beautiful works of art. Let me show you. There's the end piece and all of my rounds. So yeah, I'm proud of this one. I don't know that I would keep this scent. I'll probably, next time I make this recipe, if I like this recipe, I may very well tweak it, but I'm probably gonna try a different scent the next time. Maybe lemongrass with something. But we'll see. Yeah.